Hi, I'm Keith, and welcome to my art studio. Often, I start these videos off by saying I have something special for you. But this particular work of art here, I don't have a word for it. I don't have the word better than special. It's one of the first ones I made on this channel. It's an angry fish, as you can see by those fangs right there. This guy here is black and white and gray tones. I painted it in response to the fact that most of my artwork at the time was way over the top colorful, and I needed to back off and try something different. So I decided to only use gray tones, black and white, and this thing just came out phenomenal. And the video on how I made it, I think, is pretty cool to watch it. So I'm making it available again for you to watch to see how I made my angry fish painting.
Join me as I take on the challenge of painting an angry fish that literally explodes off the canvas using just black and white acrylics. I'm really excited to share this project with you, as it pushes the boundaries of what's possible with a limited color palette. The idea is to create a dynamic, high-energy piece that captures the raw emotion of an angry fish. I'm envisioning a lot of contrast, texture, and movement in this painting. Capturing the dynamic emotions of the fish is going to be a challenge, especially with just two colors. I need to think about how I can use black and white to convey a sense of energy and aggression. One approach I'm considering is using bold brushstrokes and expressive gestures to bring the fish to life. I'll also be playing with contrast to create a sense of tension and drama. The black and white color scheme is really going to force me to think creatively about texture and composition. I'll need to use different brush techniques to create a sense of depth and dimensionality in the painting. I'm thinking about using rough, impasto textures to give the fish a more aggressive, explosive feel. Another challenge I'll face is balancing the composition of the piece. I want to make sure the fish is the focal point, but I also want to create a sense of movement and energy around it. I'll need to carefully consider how I use negative space and visual flow to guide the viewer's eye through the painting. To get started, I'll be mixing a range of grays using my black and white acrylics. This will give me a better sense of the different values I can work with. I'm also prepping my canvas with a coat of gesso to give the paint something to adhere to. As I begin sketching out the fish, I'm thinking about its pose and expression. I want it to look fierce and dynamic, with a sense of energy building up inside. I'm using a combination of rough sketches and more refined lines to get a sense of the fish's shape and proportions. Once I'm happy with my sketch, I'll start mixing up some paint. I'm creating a range of grays, from light to dark, to give myself some flexibility. I'm also thinking about how I can use the paint to create a sense of texture and dimensionality in the piece. With my paint and canvas ready, it's time to start applying the paint vigorously. I'm using bold, expressive strokes to block in the fish's shape and start building up its form.